Imagine stumbling over an idea so ridiculous your friends laugh, then watching those laughs echo all the way to your offshore account. Tonight we're diving into 101 moments where dumb luck, oddball gadgets, and pure nonsense turned everyday jokers into cash-stacking legends. Buckle up. Stupidity is about to prove it's the smartest investment on the planet. 1. A man once looked at a rock and thought, "Someone will definitely pay for this." And he was right. In 1975, Gary Dahl packaged ordinary stones as pets, gave them cardboard boxes and a joke manual, and sold over 1 million of them. It's possibly the laziest millionaire move in US history, and also one of the most genius. 2. They mocked him for trying to automate bread slicing. "Who needs that?" they laughed. Then Otto Frederick Rohwedder's invention hit the market in 1928, and suddenly everyone needed that. The phrase "best thing since sliced bread" exists for a reason, and so does his bank account. 3. Lance Armstrong slapped Livestrong on a 5-cent yellow rubber band, and somehow it became the must-have item of 2004. It wasn't just about cancer awareness, it was a cultural badge. Millions wore it, millions were made, and you can bet most people didn't even know what it stood for. 4. The Slinky exists because a naval engineer dropped a spring. That's it. Richard James saw it bounce and thought, "Looks fun." America agreed. Over 300 million sold, and for decades, kids have been mesmerized by something that does exactly one thing and often gets tangled doing it. 5. Silly Putty was supposed to help win a war. Instead, it bounced, stretched, copied comics, and became one of the most uselessly satisfying toys ever made. Created by accident during WTO, it now sits inside over 300 million plastic eggs worldwide. Not bad for a rubber fail. 6. The Snuggie wasn't a blanket. It was a cultural moment. In 2008, this sleeved fleece turned millions of people into cozy wizards and laughingstocks. Critics mocked it, while the company counted $500 million in sales. Nothing says peak capitalism like blanket cults with infomercial jingles. 7. Perrier realized that if you call it French, bubble it up, and bottle it in glass, Americans will pay absurd prices for water. In the 70s, they created the illusion of elegance out of a basic human right. The result? A billion-dollar bottled water industry that still sparkles today. 8. Spencer Silver failed at inventing super strong glue. Instead, he made a weird low-tack adhesive no one wanted, except one guy who used it to mark hymns. That dumb little fix led to the Post-it note, now a billion-dollar office staple. Proof that even failed glue can hold your life together. 9. It blinked, it beeped, it woke up at 3 a.m., speaking in tongues. And somehow, the Furby still sold over 40 million units. A creepy robotic owl-hamster hybrid from the late 90s, it became a must-have toy, despite looking like it wanted your soul more than your hugs. 10. Big Mouth. Billy Bass was a rubber fish nailed to wood that sang, "Take me to the river," and people loved it. Created by Joe Pelletieri, it made over $100 million. Part joke, part kitsch, all profit. Who knew redneck decor would turn into a cultural tidal wave? 11. In 1958, two guys at Wham-O took an ancient toy, made it plastic, called it a hula hoop, and the world lost its hips. Arthur Mellon and Richard Knurr sold 25 million of them in just 4 months. It was literally a ring of polyethylene and shame, and it made them filthy rich. 12. Ty Warner sold bean-stuffed animals to adults who believed they'd send their kids to Harvard with a closet full of plush toys. Spoiler, they didn't. But Beanie Babies turned a grown man into a billionaire. Somewhere out there, a Princess Diana bear is still rotting in a Tupperware bin of regret. 13. Pool noodles are basically colorful foam sausages. They don't do much, yet Steve Hartman built a fortune on them. Millions sold annually since the 80s. Kids float on them, adults battle like foam gladiators, and Hartman laughs in aquamarine-tinted cash. Sometimes stupid just floats better. 14. Jonah White made a killing selling fake bucktooth smiles. His Billy Bob teeth, turned America into a nation of part-time rednecks and full-time novelty shoppers. Over $1 billion later, it turns out the dental industry isn't the only one profiting from teeth. 15. Tamagotchis were tiny keychain blobs that demanded food, love, and your soul. Invented by Akimada in 1996, they sold over 80 million units. Most died within 48 hours. But while your digital pet perished of pixel starvation, Bandai's revenue numbers grew up just fine. 16. Suburban America fell in love with a flamingo. Not a real one. A plastic pink one jammed in the lawn like a badge of bizarre pride. Donald Featherstone created the kitschbird in 1957 and sold millions. They say taste is subjective, but profit clearly isn't. 17. Doggles are sunglasses. For dogs, that's not a typo. Ronnie D. Lulo thought pets deserved eyewear and convinced thousands of owners to spend real money on canine fashion. Somewhere, there's a golden retriever who hates the paparazzi and his owner's spending habits. 18. Joel Comm made an app that played fart sounds. That's it. iFart, launched in 2008, made millions and proved that toilet humor is recession-proof. While Wall Street panicked, Joel's app blasted a soundboard symphony of dumb profitability. 19. Crocs started as squishy boating shoes and turned into the most successful ugly footwear since medieval clogs. People mocked them, then bought more. Their creators are now billionaires, and the shoes still look like melted rubber waffles. Comfort clearly conquered shame. 20. Pre-ripped jeans. The ultimate scam that worked. Brands like Levi's realized they could charge more for pants that looked like they lost a fight with a raccoon. Fashionistas paid extra to look poor, and the companies made bank. Somewhere, denim purists weep. 21. Matt Boswell became a millionaire picking up dog poop. No, really. His company, The Pet Butler, literally scoops what others won't. People gladly pay for the privilege of not touching their golden retriever's golden leftovers. Disgusting? Yes. Brilliant? Also yes. 22. Remember slap bracelets? The metal strip wrapped in neon fabric that detonated across wrists in every 90s classroom like tiny spring-loaded bear traps? Stuart Anders literally found a piece of measuring tape, thought, hey, that looks violent, and boom. 28 million units later, he's sipping umbrella drinks while teachers worldwide still suffer PTSD from the snap. Detention never paid so well. 23. The Chia Pet proved you could become filthy rich by making a terracotta hedgehog sprout arugula-grade fuzz. Joseph Pettit just slapped the jingle, Chi-Chi-Chi-Chia, on late-night TV, and America collectively said, yes, I do want a houseplant that looks like Cousin It on keto. Over 15 million sold. Basically, horticultural nonsense minting cash. 24. Fidget spinners. 3 bits of plastic and a skateboard bearing that hypnotized every bored Zoom student in 2017. Catherine Hettinger originally jury-rigged the toy from newspaper and tape, but let her patent lapse. Manufacturers then spun her idea into a $1 billion whirlwind, proving the universe rewards inertia. Just not her inertia. Ouch, right? 25. The mood ring. Because nothing says complex human emotion like a $4 thermochromic stone turning murky green. Joshua Reynolds and Maris Ambatz slapped science on a cheap liquid crystal gimmick and sold 2 million in 3 months during the 70s. Spoiler, it mostly measures hand sweat, but apparently sweaty optimism is lucrative. 26. Koosh balls looked like a sea urchin mated with a rubber band factory, yet Scott Stillinger sold 50 million of these floppy porcupines. His discovery? Kids love throwing soft projectiles at siblings without drawing blood. Parents loved that enough to fund Stillinger's retirement yacht, probably named the SS Koosh Kaching. 27. Silly bands turned silicone linguine into kindergarten cryptocurrency. Robert Kroc saw animal-shaped rubber bands in Japan, imported the idea, and school dress codes imploded. At its peak, his company grossed $200 million annually on bracelets that inevitably snapped and disappeared in vacuum cleaners. Elastic, yes. Intellectually, not so much. 28. Wacky wall walkers. those sticky octopi that ooze down walls like drunk Spider-Men, made Ken Hakuda $80 million after he spotted them in a Beijing street market. Parents got dust-covered drywall, kids got 8 seconds of joy, and Hakuda got real estate in Hawaii. Gravity, free. Monetizing it, priceless. 29. Remember those smiley-faced antenna balls bobbing on every 90s car? Jack in the Box gave them away, then sold tens of millions as collectibles. Drivers basically paid for aerodynamic drag. Meanwhile, executives discovered a new radio frequency, Cha-Ching FM, broadcasting straight into their offshore accounts. 30. Bottled mountain air, yes, air, became a premium export when Vitality Air started selling Canadian Rockies oxygen to smog-choked cities for $30 a can. Shipping invisible gas halfway around the planet. Apparently, eco-irony is breathable, because founders Moses Lam and Troy Paquette are inhaling profits faster than customers inhale Banff. 31. Dehydrated water in a tin, an old gag product that still rakes in novelty shop dollars. Directions: just add water. Congratulations, you've reinvented water. The original distributors discovered you can legally sell an empty can if you label it cleverly. Consumers discovered they'd purchased existential comedy, plus shipping. 32. Pogs. Cardboard milk cap discs that transformed playgrounds into full-contact capitalism. The World Pog Federation sold billions in the mid-90s, proving kids will gamble lunch money on circular litter if you print cartoon skulls. Founder Alan Ripinski milked that cow so hard it needed therapy. 33. Canned laughter meets digital age. The laughing baby ringtone. A 17-second giggle loop netted its Swedish creator, Eric Wernquist, over $2 million in downloads. People literally paid to have a baby scream from their flip phones during meetings. Corporate productivity died, but Wernquist's bank account grew up fast. 34. Crypto kitties, virtual cats that reproduce on the blockchain, once clogged Ethereum and sold for six-figure sums. The developers at Dapper Labs discovered two truths. 1. Scarcity is optional if you can code it. And 2. Investors will mortgage reality for cartoon felines with laser eyes. Somewhere, Garfield is jealous. 35. Dogecoin began as a meme starring a bemused Shiba Inu. Software engineers Billy Marcus and Jackson Palmer slapped Comic Sans on crypto code, and the internet answered, "Such riches, very wow." A joke coin hit $90 billion market cap in 2021. Proof we're living in a financial Mad Libs. 36. The $120 Goop Jade Egg promised yoni energy and pelvic enlightenment. Gwyneth Paltrow's team discovered you can polish a rock, hype it with pseudo-spiritual buzzwords, and move 300,000 units. Doctors rolled their eyes. Shareholders rolled in money. Talk about a mineral deposit. 37. Flappy Bird. One developer, 8-bit graphics, zero storyline, infinite rage. Vietnamese coder Dong Nguyen's accidental hit made $50,000 a day from ads before he yanked it for causing global phone hurling. Sometimes the stupid discovery is realizing anger monetizes better than joy. 38. The red Solo Cup wasn't invented for beer pong, but once college kids discovered its perfect bounce angle, Dart Container Corporation's profits foamed over. Annual sales top 1 billion units. Who knew undergrads flunking calculus could solve the equation for liquid gold? 39. Farmville turned virtual carrots into Zuckerberg's Ferrari payments. Zynga discovered players would pay real cash to speed up imaginary crops. Over $1 billion in microtransactions by 2011. Meanwhile, actual farmers still pray for rain. Digital agronomy, 100% yield, 0% nutrition. 40. Candy Crush. Saga weaponized boredom. King Digital realized commuters would pay 99 cents to obliterate virtual jelly. At its peak, the game earned $6 million per day. Translation: swapping digital gumdrops funds real penthouses. Dentists everywhere weep. No cavities required. 41. The selfie stick. Basically an aluminum rod that screams, "I have no friends to hold my phone." Canadian Wayne Fromm patented it and watched tourists worldwide become human windmills. Over 300,000 units sold in the first month alone. Fromm's bank statements look like extended arm photos, ridiculously long. 42. Nothing. Gift boxes. Literal empty space marketed as the perfect present for the person who has everything. Rob Lewin sold hundreds of thousands at $5 a pop. Customers got existential dread wrapped in plastic. Lewin got yacht fuel. Truly, nihilism pays. 43. Novelty bacon-scented air fresheners turned cars into mobile diners. Archie McPhee discovered people will pay $7 to smell breakfast while stuck in traffic. Result: zero protein, infinite cravings, and a revenue stream sizzling louder than the product. 44. The My Pillow guy basically stuffed polyurethane foam scraps into a case and screamed on late-night infomercials. Over 56 million pillows later, Mike Lindell's fortune proves you can literally sell dreams and lawsuits while wearing a mustache that could smother small pets. 45. Poo-Pourri, a toilet spray promising to trap odors under an essential oil force field, turned embarrassment into $500 million in sales. Founder Susie Betas filmed a cheeky ad titled, "Girls Don't Poop," and humanity collectively clicked add to cart. Who knew flatulence could smell like passive income? 46. The Flowbee vacuum haircut system looked like a shop vac married hedge clippers. Infomercial inventor Rick Huntz raked in $200 million from DIY barbers who thought suction beat scissors. Even George Clooney admits using one, because apparently Oscar winners and toddlers share grooming tools. 47. Crocheted beard beanies, because winter face warmth apparently demands Viking cosplay. Jeff Phillips posted a goofy photo online. Orders flooded in, and within a year he'd banked 6 figures. Warm chins, cold logic, hot profit. 48. The USB Pet Rock, Gary Dahl's sequel nobody asked for, sells a stone glued to a USB cable that does absolutely nothing. Geek joke? Sure. Still sold out on ThinkGeek, proving nerds will pay for satire as long as it has a port. 49. Cabbage Patch Kids ignited adoption-level riots in toy aisles during 1983. Xavier Roberts' fabric-headed dolls cost $3 to make and retailed for $30. Parents threw punches so he could throw deposits on a 17th century manor. Nothing like faux orphans funding real estates. 50. BarkBox mails surprise toys to dogs every month. Founders Henrik Viberg and Carly Strife discovered pet owners experience subscription FOMO on behalf of creatures who eat couch cushions. Revenue sprinted past $500 million, proving canines have better mail service than most humans. 51. Edible glitter, because sprinkles weren't sparkly enough. Companies like Wilton sell jars of shimmering sugar for $7, turning cupcakes into disco balls and shareholders into disco ball-owning shareholders. Dentistry bills doubled, so did profits. 52. The Snuggie for dogs exists, fleece robes for canines that can't operate sleeves. All-Star products extended their blanket empire and fetched millions more. Dogs still prefer chewing it, but hey, money's money. 53. The Shake Weight, an exercise device that looked like it escaped a late-night sketch show, earned $50 million in 6 months. Satirists got endless material, buyers got questionable triceps, inventors got beachfront property. Everybody shook, some got paid. 54. Inflatable unicorn horn for cats. Yes, Archie McPhee, again. At $6.95 a horn, they've sold hundreds of thousands. Cats plot revenge, humans post photos, and the company gallops away with profits so magical, even Wall Street analysts can't model them. 55. The Pooping Reindeer Christmas candy dispenser literally defecates jelly beans. Creator David Harari has moved over 5 million units since 1997. Children giggle, dietitians sigh, and Harari buys another sleigh, pulled by reindeer that thankfully don't actually poop sugar. 56. Sticky mustache decals for car grills, dubbed Car Stash, turned vehicles into hipsters on wheels. Founder Justin Kennedy sold tens of thousands during Movember campaigns, donating some proceeds and pocketing the rest. Apparently, even your Honda wants ironic facial hair. 57. The squatty potty, plastic footstool claiming to optimize bathroom posture, exploded after a unicorn pooping ice cream ad. Sales flushed past $175 million. Lesson: combine gastroenterology with rainbow soft serve visuals, and investors will sit down for the ride. 58. Virtual real estate in Decentraland sold for $2.4 million per plot during 2021's Metaverse Gold Rush. Buyers literally purchased pixelated emptiness. Early investors discovered square footage isn't necessary when hype has no floor or ceiling. Zillow cried, speculators laughed. 59. Liquid Death canned water markets itself as Murder Your Thirst. Founder Mike Cesario learned millennials will pay $2 for tap water if the can looks like a metal album. Company valuation now tops $700 million. Hydration never sounded so hardcore. 60. The Tooth Tunes toothbrush blasted pop songs through bone conduction while you brushed. Hasbro sold over $4 million at $10 a pop. Kids finally brushed for 2 minutes. Parents lost 2 minutes of sanity. Shareholders gained a lifetime supply of caviar. 61. The Forever Lazy, a fleece adult onesie with a rear zip butt flap for, let's say, streamlined pit stops. The founders waddled onto Shark Tank, got roasted, then sold out nationwide during one brutal winter. Turns out sloth, when zippered correctly, is venture capital's favorite deadly sin. 62. Clap on, clap off. No, not a cheer routine, but a plastic box that lets you kill the lights like a sitcom dad calling curfew. Inventor Carlisle Reddick jammed a mic into a cheap relay and moved millions via late-night infomercials. Every thunderstorm that mistriggers the clapper still counts as a sale, still pads his pockets. 63. Shake a billiard ball full of blue sludge and suddenly the cosmos decides whether you should order tacos. The Magic 8 Ball began as a 1940s spirit-writing gimmick, but Mattel reskinned it for indecisive teens. 70 million vague prophecies later, the only outlook good that's 100% accurate is the one on Mattel's quarterly report. 64. A rubber bladder that weaponizes flatulence has pumped revenue since 1930. The whoopee cushion proved adults will pay to embarrass Thanksgiving guests. Gem rubber cranks them out by the millions, and every hot air hiss is a tiny cash register ding. It's the rare product where pre-sale gas guarantees post-sale gas. 65. The Hutzler 571 banana slicer answers the question nobody asked. How do I cut a banana without the crippling labor of a knife? Amazon reviewers turned the absurdity viral, and the company moved truckloads of yellow plastic crescents. Satire may be free, but irony-proof polymer still runs $6.99 plus shipping. 66. Those flailing inflatable tube men outside car dealerships began as an art stunt for the '96 Olympics. Inventor Doran Gazette patented the air dancer, and now every strip mall sale looks like a rave for noodles. Each gust of wind hawks more sedans and wobbles extra zeros onto Gazette's royalty checks. 67. Grandma's accidental fashion crime became a multi-million-dollar industry once ugly sweater parties hit. Brands like Tipsy Elves sell pre-distressed knitwear festooned with LEDs and llamas. Adults now drop $50 to resemble malfunctioning ornaments. Santa may check his list twice. Accountants just keep counting sweater revenue till the eggnog curdles. 68. David Barnett glued 2 buttons to his phone so his earbuds wouldn't tangle, and accidentally birthed the pop socket. More than 200 million extendable knobs now cling to smartphones, turning selfies into ergonomic sorcery. If you've ever dropped an iPhone on your face in bed, congrats. You financed his mountain cabin. 69. Milton Levine's uncle, Milton Ant Farm, sold 20 million units since 1956, proving kids will watch unpaid labor if it's inside plastic. Parents got living decor, children learned capitalism. Levine retired somewhere ants are strictly optional. Talk about passive observation income, no ant union required. 70. In '96, a fuzzy red Muppet that cackled when squeezed triggered retail stampedes so wild police were called. Tickle Me Elmo leapt from $30 toy to a $500 black market trophy overnight. Elmo laughed, Parents wept, scalpers profited, and inventor Ron Dubrin's royalties giggled all the way to the Cayman Islands. 71. Baby Shark, do-do-do-do-do-do, drilled into humanity's skull and refused eviction. Pink Fong monetized the earworm into 13 billion YouTube views and oceans of merch. One repetitive melody turned a prehistoric predator into a modern ATM that never stops chomping quarters, feeding frenzy included. 72. The Lumibol clips an LED under your toilet rim, promising midnight aim via neon disco. A Kickstarter windfall, a Shark Tank deal, and millions of units later, America's bathrooms resemble low-budget clubs. Turns out people will bankroll a rave for their porcelain throne if it saves one sleepy toe stub. 73. Keurig convinced offices that single-serve coffee pods were peak civilization. Inventor John Sylvan regrets the landfill avalanche, but shareholders drown that guilt in $11 billion annual sales. Who knew espresso-flavored plastic could brew a fortune faster than you can say, medium roast, extra guilt? 74. Squishmallows, pillowy polyester blobs with kawaii faces, became the pandemic's emotional support squad. Kelly Toy drops limited characters, collectors camp Walgreens at dawn, and resale prices soar 20 times retail. Founder Jonathan Kelly basically patented the hug and licensed it for cold hard cash. Soft plush, firm profits. 75. The squeaky rubber chicken, prop older than talkies, still moves hundreds of thousands annually. It's a dog toy, YouTube instrument, and protest icon. Some factory molds latex poultry 24/7, and every squawk echoes another royalty deposit. Slapstick never dies. It just molts into new revenue streams. 76. High-density foam plus a giant #1 print equals instant stadium dominance. Steve Chmeller built the first oversized finger in 1971, licensed it, and now fans wave sponge patriotism while his bank account chants, "We're #1," in perfect unison. Sweaty palms, massive profits. 77. Hallmark decided greetings weren't noisy enough and embedded microchips that croon, "Happy Birthday." Cards cost pennies to make, retail for $8, and landfills inherit tiny karaoke machines. Grandparents love them. Garbage men hate them. Hallmark hears only the sweet music of compound interest. 78. LED shoelaces let joggers cosplay as Tron extras, and Alibaba hustlers light-footed their way into six-figure storefronts. Basically, Christmas lights on strings, yet rave kids and night runners bought them faster than you can tie a double knot. Blisters heal, impulse buys glow forever, especially on quarterly statements. 79. The 2015 hoverboard neither hovered nor boarded, but viral faceplant videos rocketed sales past 1 million in one holiday. Even spontaneous combustion headlines couldn't douse the craze. Importers just slapped new stickers on the batteries. A product that literally catches fire still set profit records. Go figure. 80. Edible cookie dough cafes proved you can charge $5 a scoop for what mom called salmonella roulette. Founders ditched raw eggs, added sprinkles, and lines wrapped the block. Customers got nostalgia on a spoon. Entrepreneurs got dough in both senses. Risk may be gone, but margins are still dangerously delicious. 81. Pet DNA kits promise to decode Rover's ancestry for $129. Companies like Embark turned dog spit into a venture capital chew toy, raking tens of millions while owners brag about their 62% wolf dog on Instagram. Your mutt gets zero identity crisis counseling. Shareholders fetch all the treats. 82. The Tide Pod challenge horrified adults but quietly spiked detergent sales. Procter & Gamble never endorsed teens eating laundry, yet news coverage turned pods into A-list celebrities. Moral outrage fades, brand awareness sticks, revenue cycles on warm. Sometimes stupidity literally cleans up. 83. Bored Ape Yacht Club NFTs, crudely drawn simians in sailor hats, hit $3 billion market cap in 2021. Owners bought cartoon JPEGs for house-size sums, all for exclusive community. Meanwhile, the founders minted more apes and more millions, proving pixel monkeys can fling gold instead of, 84. Grumpy Cat's permanent scowl spawned a licensing empire of books, coffee drinks, and a Lifetime movie. One viral photo earned owner Tabitha Bundesen an estimated $100 million. The cat remained unimpressed, but her bank account purred louder than any content mill. 85. Angry Birds turned flicking virtual poultry at bricks into a $7 billion franchise. Rovio milked plush toys, feature films, and breakfast cereal. The birds stayed angry, accountants stayed ecstatic, pigs never had a chance. Revenge sells, especially when gravity is optional. 86. Funko Pop vinyls are bobble-headed rectangles that make adults feel like collectors. The company pumps out licenses from presidents to Pop-Tarts and completists mortgage storage units. Minimal articulation, maximal capitalization. Proof that big eyes equal big earnings. 87. Oxygen bars charge $15 for flavored air you could inhale for free outdoors. Entrepreneurs bottle peppermint O2, pump it through neon tubes, and spa-goers line up. The business model literally sells nothing but breath and vibes, and somehow breathes life into profit margins. 88. Rent a Chicken delivers 2 hens and a coop to suburban families wanting farm-to-table Instagram cred. After summer, the birds go back, but the company keeps the cash. Eggs get eaten, kids learn biology, and entrepreneurs crow all the way to the bank. 89. The Yo app did one thing: send the word yo to friends, and still raised $1.5 million in seed funding. At its peak, it delivered 100 million single-word notifications. Investors said yo to burning money. The founders said yo to a beach vacation. 90. Cards Against Humanity once sold boxes of actual bull manure and later sold nothing for $5 on Black Friday. Both sold out instantly. Each stunt added millions in revenue and priceless publicity. Turns out nihilistic humor and aggressive trolling fertilize a lush money garden. 91. Streetwear giant Supreme sold a literal red clay brick for $30, and hype beasts camped overnight. Resale hit $200, proving brand loyalty can defy masonry logic. Founder James Jebbia laid one brick and built a cathedral of cash around it. 92. Shower Shock caffeinated soap promises to absorb 200 milligars of caffeine through your skin. Makers of the mint-scented bar have shipped millions to college dorms, where students now vibrate before breakfast. Dermatologists roll eyes. Entrepreneurs scrub in the profits. 93. Glow-in-the-dark toilet paper lets you TP trees with radioactive chic, or find the roll at 3 a.m. UK novelty company J&D Products charges triple the price of boring white. It's literally money down the drain, but under blacklight it looks fabulous. 94. The umbrella hat turns you into a human mushroom, yet sells thousands at every beach boardwalk. Inventor Robert Slobodian patented it in 1987, and royalties drizzle in whenever sunshine meets laziness. Function follows ridicule, but dollars stay dry. 95. Fire Festival imploded, but confiscated merch, hats, hoodies, wristbands, auctioned later for $600 a pop to irony collectors. Even a failed luxury weekend turned profit once branded as a cautionary tale. Disaster capitalism never looked so comfy. 96. Plush poop emoji pillows let you cuddle anthropomorphic excrement. Disney licensed the swirl, Walmart stocked shelves, and millions were sold. Parents disapproved, kids giggled, manufacturers flushed with cash. Truly the softest way to embrace crap economics. 97. Cat wine, non-alcoholic Moscato, infused with beet juice, sells at $14 a bottle. Apollo Peak discovered humans will toast milestones with pets if you color the drink purple. Cats ignore it, Instagram loves it, and the founder's ledger stays happily tipsy. 98. Goop's This Smells Like My Vagina candle retailed at $75 and sold out in hours. Critics howled. Curiosity won. Gwyneth Paltrow's team proved you can perfume provocation, light it on fire, and watch the profits waft skyward. 99. TikTok's viral pink sauce, mystery dragon fruit dressing, hit Walmart shelves despite initial labeling chaos. Creator Chef Pie flipped internet outrage into national distribution, bottling controversy at $9.97 each. Apparently, flavor comes second to FOMO. 100. Jack Dorsey's first tweet NFT fetched $2.9 million, turning 24 characters into a gold bar of blockchain hype. It later flopped on resale, but the original seller already cashed out. Sometimes the stupid discovery is finding someone who will pay before the joke lands. 101. Baby name consultants charge expectant parents $30,000 to craft exclusive monikers. Firms like My Name for Life market linguistic spreadsheets as destiny. The newborn can't pronounce it, but the consultant's kid now attends a very well-named private school. So, fact fam, which one made you question reality? And which one made you think, wait, I could totally sell that? Drop it in the comments. Best answers might just get featured and brutally roasted in the next one. And if this video made you laugh, cringe, or rethink capitalism, congratulations, you're one of us now. Hit subscribe like it owes you money. And remember, in America, even nonsense has a business plan. Stay weird, stay profitable,